Welcome to Dungeon 4, The Snake. It's kinda green. Here we go. We're gonna meet a couple of new enemies in this dungeon, so it's a good thing that we are full of health. This is actually one of the first difficult dungeons, in my opinion. Sometimes I need to use some potion. So we do have a key right there. Get that, come back into this main room and head up. And here we have the new enemy, the Vire. Now with the magical sword, they do take one hit and can leave behind rupees, etc. However, with just the white sword, when you hit them, they become two small red keys. And they never leave behind anything. So in most rooms, we don't really have to deal with them. There's a couple of rooms where you have to kill them all. This is not one of them, however, I decide to kill them all anyway. But you can spare your health by walking past them in most rooms. Because we have a mini-boss in this dungeon, we have Manhandler, and then we have the pretty difficult boss, Gleeok, which is a multi-headed dragon. Progress into this room here. It's pretty dark. Pull out the candle. We got some Vire here. However, killing them will bring us nothing will appear in the room or anything, so just continue on up. Got some Zol here. Kill them for some rupees. We are going to need 100 by the next dungeon for the first bomb upgrade. Head up, and here we have a room where we cannot continue up. We're going to need the dungeon's item, which is the Stepladder, and this is the way to get it. Unfortunately, you have to kill all the Vire in this room because you need to go through that closed door, the one that's not locked. In fact, we don't need to go up through that locked door at all. If you go up through there, it's the wrong part of the room. It is the room with the map, but you wouldn't get the map. Here we have likes. These are the enemies that are a little scary. If they eat you up, they're gonna steal your big shield. You'll have to rebuy the shield. So stay far away, especially when there's bubbles. They can prevent you from using the sword. You can easily get eaten up by the like. So be careful. Move that block and go into this room and pick up the dungeon item, the Stepladder, which will make the rest of the dungeon, well, possible. So make your way back. This room over here becomes a lot easier because we have the Stepladder. Watch out for the Vire. And now that we have the Stepladder, we can continue on up here. Again, you don't need to kill these Vire. Just head on up. So while we didn't use the key on the locked door in the other room, we can just go to the side here and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You couldn't get the map from there anyway. And here you have the map, and you'll see that it kinda looks like a snake. You could bomb this wall. It's actually not a visible area on the map, but you get some free rupees here, so good deal. Head back to this room and head up one screen. And here we have the first mini-boss in the game, Manhandler, which was a boss in the last dungeon. Couple of bombs, take care of him. Walk into the waterfall. Okay. We're not going to do that in this game. It's just a gentleman who gives you a hint. We got some keys and a key, not to be confused. We got some blade traps. The room is dark, so it's a little deceiving. You can't just walk forward, so it's one of those beginner's traps. Alright, we're in the final room before the boss, Gleeok, and we do have to kill all of these Vire in order to move the block and open the door. So do just that. Be careful to keep a good amount of health because Gleeok can get tricky. Move the block. So when you fight Gleeok and you defeat one of his heads, the head will then start floating around and shooting at you. So it does become a pretty difficult fight. I believe it's the most difficult fight at this point so far in the game. But if you have plenty of health, plenty of hearts, shouldn't be too bad. Pick up the heart piece and enter for that sweet 4th piece of triforce. So now that we have the stepladder, we are able to do 2 very important things. We are able to get that final overworld heart container that's on the beach. So we're going to head to the beach. And getting that heart container on the beach will bring us up to 12 hearts, which means we can now get the magical sword. So we will get that before we head to Dungeon 5. And as you can see, we have 115 rupees at this time, so we do have enough for the first bomb upgrade. However, there is a second bomb upgrade in Dungeon 7, so we do want to make our way up to 200 rupees. So never too early to start. Also, once we start using the arrows, which we do start using the arrows in Dungeon 5, it costs a rupee every time you fire an arrow. However, most of the new enemy, the Pulse Voice that you shoot with the arrow, will leave rupees, so it mostly evens out. Going along this path that we've gone by so many times before, but it is a great spot for rupees and bombs. Alright, couple screens north and we'll be where we need to be. And here we have the final heart container in the overworld. Nothing crazy, just walk over and get it, and there we have 12 hearts, and now we can make our way back exactly the way we came because we're going to take the stairs. We're going to take the stairs. It's a lot quicker than walking all the way across the overworld. We'll take the stairs near the graveyard, and then we'll take the stairs back near Dungeon 5. The magical sword is in the graveyard. As you see there, I didn't expect the levers to reappear. If you leave so many screens and come back, they will reappear. Another fun note, if you kill most enemies and leave one on the screen, that the enemies won't respawn. It will remain one until you kill all the enemies, and then they'll respawn eventually. So go into here and go into the following staircase in order to get close to the graveyard. Here we are. And 2 screens to the left will be in the graveyard. Perfect example, I killed every one of those Lionels except one, and there's still only one there. So for some reason that one didn't go, but this is the one. Okay, go into this cave, master using it, and you can have this. Thank you. Alright, we now have the final upgraded sword in the game, the magical sword. Now these guineas only take 3 hits with the magical sword. In Dungeon 6 is one dungeon north, 1 screen north, but we gotta go to Dungeon 5 first. So we're going to take the stairs. Go into that staircase, and here we are, literally right next to Dungeon 5. So this is like the Lost Woods, except a little bit of an easier puzzle. We just go up, 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 up the mountain. And it'll finally appear. Enter the dungeon.